I remember when I decided to write my first book.
I had no idea what I was getting into. It sounded simple. Write down your story and share it with the world, right? But listen, there's so many things that no one told me, and I wish I had known this before I started. If you're thinking about writing your own book, or maybe you have just started, stick with me as I share the top things I wish I knew before writing Lost Crossing Broadway.
I had no idea what I was getting into, guys. All I know was that I had a vision. I wanted to start an agency to help immigrants because I realized that basically the situations many immigrants go through were similar. There was a time when I thought I was the only one going through what I was going through until I started speaking with other people. Then I realized, wow, it's very common. We have similar experiences when we move from one country to live elsewhere. For instance, to live in North America. In today's video, I'm going to share 3 main basics that I wish someone had told me before I started. So you have a book inside of you that needs to come out, but you have no idea what the book journey is all about or what it's like. So I'm going to just go into 3 basics, things that have to do with what you need to do to publish a book, basically. And if you are interested, let me know in the comments so that I could prepare some other videos about how to actually write the book, some strategies, some ideas, or what I did. If you're new here, my name is Angie Marie, and I help others thrive by sharing my journey of living across continents and the lessons I've learned in doing so. And so I want to help others to do the same.
So first we need the why and the starting point, okay? Before I even thought about writing, I had this constant urge to share my experiences as an immigrant. I found out that my struggles were not unique to me, but that every immigrant had similar issues as I did. I wanted to start an agency to help people, to help immigrants, but in the meantime, I felt that I could put some valuable ideas into a book that people could read that would help them. So my experiences, the struggles, the triumphs, everything in between. But once I sat down to actually start writing, I had a million ideas and no clue where to begin. If you're feeling overwhelmed, that's totally normal. The hardest part isn't just writing, it's figuring out where to start. So let me tell you something about planning. One thing no one told me was just how important it is to plan your book before diving in. I thought I could just write and figure it out along the way, but trust me, planning was a game changer. I learned that you really need a solid outline, especially if you're writing non-fiction or a story-based book. You want to know your beginning, your middle, and end before you get too deep into the writing. Trust me, you'll save so much time and frustration down the line. So let's talk about the time commitment. I had no idea how much time it would take to write my book. I thought I could finish it in a couple of months, but it turned out to be way more than I expected. But the truth is, I also had a full-time job, family, and other stuff going on. So it wasn't devoted time just for writing. But anyway, between the research, the revisions, the editing, and just finding time in my busy schedule to write, it was a lot. I ended up working on the manuscript for over a year. And to be honest, it was a few years because I had the initial thoughts and it took me a few years to write the book. However, when I got really serious and decided that in between trains in Manhattan to and from work, 2 hours in the morning heading to work, 2 hours coming back on the crowded train, I did some writing and some editing, reviewing what I wanted to say. If you want to write a book, time management is your best friend. All right, so let's get to getting feedback. One of the hardest things for me was hearing feedback. When you've spent months or even years writing, it feels personal when someone tells you something is not working, right? But here's the thing, feedback is essential. Whether it's from beta readers, editors, or trusted friends or family, you need that outside perspective. I remember the times when I shared each chapter with my mom and she gave me suggestions. She was very positive. She said, wow, this is a great idea, Ange, but let's do this, take this out, put this in. It will make your book stronger when you get feedback. I remember being a bit terrified of criticism, but looking back, those critiques helped make Lost Crossing Broadway Broadway what it is today. So let's talk about the copyrights, ISBNs, and legal stuff. All right. Here's something I didn't think about when I first started. It was all the legal stuff. I had no clue about ISBNs. That's International Standard Book Number. That number will identify your book anywhere in the world. Once you see those tiny numbers in the back, that looks like a barcode at the back section at the bottom of your book. That's the ISBN.
The ISBN number is located at the bottom of the back of the book. It looks like a barcode, guys, but this is your ISBN, International Standard Book Number. And there's a format that you normally have for the back of the book, back cover, front cover, all these details.
So the ISBN, copyrights and publishing rights, this is important. In today's day of social media and so on, people don't understand or respect intellectual property. They take people's property, intellectual property, and use it as their own without acknowledging the origins, acknowledging the person who created all of these things. So this is crucial for protecting your work and getting your book out there. So for example, as I said, the ISBN, International Standard Book Number, you need it if you want your book to be sold in stores or on websites like Amazon. It gives your book a unique identity. And don't forget about registering your copyright with the US Copyright Office. It's important to make sure your hard work is really yours and protected legally. All right, marketing and promotion. This is something else that I did not do. Marketing is important. I really don't see myself as someone who market and sell, especially my own, but we have to get over that hurdle. This caught me off guard, guys. Marketing. Writing the book is just the beginning. Once your book is finished, you have to promote it, and that can take up just as much time as writing it. I didn't realize how much effort goes into building an audience beforehand and having a launch strategy, from social media promotion, email, newsletters, to reaching out to bloggers and reviewers. Marketing your book is an ongoing process. Trust me, start working on your promotion plan early.
In terms of promotions, I did this bookmark to go with my book, this one which is a guide. I did some cards to help people. So we have to promote the book as well. We have to.
All right, so let's wrap this up. So to sum it all up, writing a book is an incredible journey, but it's definitely not easy. There's a lot of behind the scenes work that goes into creating something you can be proud of. But let me tell you, if you're passionate about sharing your story, it's worth every second. I wish I knew all this before starting. But now, I hope this helps you as you take on your own book project.
You will face periods of discouragement, but you have to keep going. In terms of the issue of finding time, as someone who had a full-time job, what I did was to make it happen. So back then when I wrote this book, I had a full-time job traveling into Manhattan, New York every day, Monday to Friday, 2 hours to and 2 hours back. So I used those 2 hours to help me with my writing. I always had my paper and everything, pen and so on, to write. And then there was a time when I would write on my laptop, my little tablet that I would take with me. And then I used that time to also do the editing. All of this is so important.
If you want to know more about my book journey, or if you have questions about any of this, feel free to drop a comment below, and remember to subscribe for more tips. All the best with your writing, and remember, you've got this. Oh, and one last thing I wish I knew. Don't get discouraged by the setbacks. You will face challenges, but keep pushing through. Writing a book is a marathon, it's not a sprint. And remember, no book is perfect. Your story matters, no matter how long it takes to tell it.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for staying with me to the end of this video. All the best on your journey. Make the first step if you want to write a book, okay? Just get it started, all right? Let me hear your thoughts in the comments, but just keep going. And if that's a dream, you can accomplish that dream. Yes, it's challenging, but it's not beyond you. You can be an author. If you have a message, something that you know can help other people because you've gone through a particular journey, put it in a book, yes, and help other people. I want to encourage you to go out and live your best life. And if you're able, help to make others better as well. Keep shining, keep thriving, and remember, there is an entire world of opportunities waiting just for you. This is Angie Marie, and I'll see you soon in the next video.